I'm Mark Copeland, Public Information Officer for the Berkeley Unified School District, and this is BUSD Public Information. Right now I want to bring you up to date on construction projects that have been ongoing over the summer, as well as projects that we're just beginning now. We'll start with the transportation facility that's a project that's actually been ongoing for nearly a decade. This beautiful facility will be the home to our maintenance garage, our transportation offices, and the bus yard where we park all of our vehicles in the transportation department. Currently, all three of these functions are located in three separate sites around this location, within about 4 blocks of this site. It's hugely inconvenient, hugely inefficient, and at great cost in rental fees to the district. Opening this site in December will be a great addition to our facilities in the district. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Well, that's a theme here at the West Campus over here at University in Bonar. This is the Bonar building. This was slated for demolition, but now we're going to recycle this building. The Bonar building is a 3-story classroom building that most recently housed the Berkeley Adult School for over 19 years, until they moved into their current location at the former Franklin Elementary School. This building will be rehabilitated to house our administration, currently located in a seismically unsafe building, the old City Hall, now called the Maud El Sharik building, and our technology department, Teacher Learning Center, and other offices located in similarly unsafe buildings over at our Oregon Street facility. The long-term lease for the Maud El Sharik building from the city has been extended until construction, which will begin this year, is completed. We hope to move into the building about 2 years from now. With the exception of the cafeteria building, which will be converted into a meeting space with conference rooms for the school board, City Council, and commissions currently meeting in the council chambers at the Maud El Sharik building, there are no immediate plans or funding for development of the rest of the site by the board. The City of Berkeley is working on a bond measure to go before the voters to expand the West Campus swimming pool into a larger swim center to include a warm water pool. The board has already committed to providing the additional land needed for this expansion. The Longfellow Annex Rehabilitation Project is one that the staffs, students, and parents have long awaited, and the last phase of the modernization of this beautiful school. When the annex reopens for the spring semester, students will walk into a building that is inviting and promotes good learning. The Berkeley High School south of Bancroft Master Plan is a multi-phased plan to complete the retrofitting, modernization, and where necessary, the rebuilding of the Berkeley High School campus. The rest of the campus has already been completed. Phase 1 is the stadium building that will be large enough to handle all school events, with athletic offices and locker rooms housed below. The building will be located on the east side of the field for more direct access from the rest of the school, and it'll have the added benefit of major curb appeal from Martin Luther King Jr. Way, eliminating the current eyesore presented by the back of the current bleachers. Phase 2 will be the demolition of the old gym building, scheduled to begin sometime early in 2011. And Phase 3, the new building that will include 15 classrooms. These will replace the portables, soft gym of 4,000 square foot exercise facility, and additional athletic spaces. Last year we added these portables to handle some of the overflow caused in part here at Berkeley High School by the increased enrollment, but primarily by the lowered class size, once again made possible by Sept Measure B of 2004 and Measure A of 2006. The measure continues for another 8 years, so we expect to need classroom space for the long term. These additional portables were added over the summer break, and together they should meet the needs of Berkeley High School until the new classroom building is completed, as the final phase of the south of Bancroft Master Plan. This is the Willard softball field. This field not only got all new grass, it's been seeded and the seed is just growing really well, but it's got all new irrigation. So this would be a great field for the kids coming back in for the new school year. This field also gets a lot of use from the City of Berkeley athletic leagues. The H1N1 flu virus is a major concern to families as we get ready to go back to school. Nationwide, parents ask the question, what are schools doing to be ready? Well, we're fortunate here in Berkeley to have our own health department, so we're able to work directly with the City of Berkeley's health officer. We've got a plan in place and we feel very confident that it'll work. We had some experience last year with the closure of Malcolm X School. We don't anticipate school closures, but should that become necessary, we have the perfect model. The communications worked, the phone calls home to families worked, and we had 2 families that didn't get that initial notification in the first 24 hours. So we're very confident that any evacuation plan or any closure of school plans can be easily handled. Meanwhile, we've passed clear instructions to families. Flyers have gone home to parents with some basic instructions and guidelines. The recommendations from the health department are very simple. Cover your mouth when you cough and sneeze, preferably with a tissue or under your elbow or your sleeve, so you don't cough into your hand. Obviously, if you cough into your hand, those germs are very easily passed on. Wash your hands with soap and water. Our kids touch everything. Here in the playground, in the classroom, everywhere their hands go, their hands then tend to end up in their mouth. It's really important to wash the hands frequently with an antibacterial soap when possible, or here on the playground or in the classroom, an antibacterial alcohol-based hand sanitizer works because you don't need a sink, you don't need water, and they're very efficient. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Again, when you touch things before you wash your hands, when you touch your face, you've just generated a viral situation. Stay home from work or school if you're sick. The virus is so widespread across the nation that there's really not much talk about school closures or anything else. But the way to avoid spreading the virus and the way to contain it as much as possible, if you're sick, stay home from school, stay home from work, and that's the best for you, that's the best for everybody. Avoid close contact with sick people. Talk with your employer about how you can manage if your children are ill. Make plans for child care for children that become ill, and plan to get your regular flu shot and the pandemic H1N1 flu vaccination when it's available in this fall. Well, there's a lot to digest, but the basic thing to remember is that we have a plan in place. We're working closely with the health department, and we feel confident that we can do everything necessary to keep our kids safe.